Guys, day one, repairing the pec tear. Here's what it looks like the morning after. I can't actually like flex my lat. Oh, fuck, it hurts. So the bruising obviously started up, through the, oh, fuck, I can't get my arm that far, but bruising's starting to go all the way down here. Now, I don't know, I'll probably have to wait till the MRI, but all the way down through my bicep hurts really bad too now. So I'm wondering, like, when I was benching on the way down, when I reversed and tried to push up and the pec tore, it kind of dropped back down again. I'm wondering when it dropped back down if it stretched, the bicep here. And I don't think, I can't feel, it's so swollen still that I can't feel whether or not there's any tearing in the bicep. But, up here, the swelling has gone down quite a bit. You guys can see from the ice, and I had it immobilized with the sling, the ice, the ibuprofen. Of course, you get an injury like this, it's painful as fuck, and no painkillers. A lot of people have actually contacted me, asked me, like, Jerry, did they give you painkillers? Like, of course they tried to give me painkillers. The guy actually asked me, do you want opiate-based painkillers? Because he looked at me and he knew. He's like, it fucking hurts. I said, no, I don't want any painkillers, no painkillers. So I opted for the 800 milligram Motrin, ibuprofen, a prescription for that. It barely takes the edge off, to be honest with you guys. Like, anywhere you turn and twist and move, it just fucking hurts. Like, the weight of your shoulder pulling down, like, of your arm pulling down your shoulder, this area where it's attached, it just fucking hurts. And, like 3 times the doctor was like, are you sure you don't want opiate painkillers? He's like, I'll give them to you. It's not a problem. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. But he said stuff like meloxicam, which is an anti-inflammatory, is not going to help right now. Prednisone, which is the steroid, corticosteroid, that wouldn't help because it's an acute injury and it's not something that is due to inflammation over time, I guess. The acute injury, things like that don't work. So basically, Motrin is where I fucking live for the next couple of days. And the rehab process begins today, where we can't train, obviously, and my clients, unfortunately, one of their kids is sick, and the other one actually just went on a trip to Key West. So basically, I have the day off today, which I wasn't planning on, which I guess kind of works out good. But now the idea is to get the swelling down, get this thing to start healing, and then start with like rehab exercises, which when I rehab my rotator cuff, I didn't know how to do that. I had to actually figure out how to do that. So now I'm going to have to go and learn how to rehab a pec tear. And this is all new to me, guys. So hopefully any of you guys have been through this before, which a fuck ton of you guys contacted me like, yeah, you'll be all right, you'll be fine. Here's the thing. It's not the most swollen. It's not the most bruised. I've seen a million times worse, more shit, right? But when it's on your body and you're looking at it and you look down and that fucking thing is bruised like that and a piece of your pec is missing and the fucking whole thing is so swollen you can't move your arm, it's freaky as shit. It actually fucking scares the fuck out of you. Like, I don't know if you guys have had this happen before, but last night and this morning when I was trying to sleep, I would actually relive the tear. Like, I was dreaming about it. It was stuck in my head. It was like playing on fucking loop. When I went down, I went to push and you felt that feeling and you heard it in your head. I would wake up last night and go, fucking, like, look around and be like, fuck, and lay back down. Like, it's honestly, something like that tearing in my body, like, I had never heard anything like that. My rotator cuff didn't sound like that. My other pec actually popped but didn't make that tearing noise. I don't know what was different about this tear. Maybe it's a different kind of tear. Someone mentioned that it might be the pec minor that completely tore off, and it would be underneath it, which that would have rolled up and given, pushed up on the pec too. We'll have to find out when I get the MRI, but you can see the dent up here. It goes so high up over here, whereas supposed to down here, that pec right here is still here. This pec right here is missing. There's a hole right here where that tendon attaches. So day one, guys. I would advise you guys at all costs to avoid fucking a pec tear. Don't fucking go crazy on the bench. I wasn't even going crazy on the bench, but bottom line is, guys, like, if you feel anything like off, stop. Call it a fucking day with that, with the bench press, because nobody gets hurt on incline dumbbells. Nobody gets hurt on cable crossovers. Very few people get hurt on dips unless they go too far and they have some kind of accident. But everybody who tears a pec tears it on the flat. So just be careful with your flat bench press, guys. Honestly, I feel nothing works like the flat bench press. It's like the best thing for building chest and upper body size, but also the most dangerous. Kind of fucked up how that works out, right? Today in the mail we got the Adidas Power Phase by, or the Yeezy Power Phase by Adidas in the solid black, triple black colorway, whatever you want to call it. These are definitely a lot better in person than they are on Instagram and shit. I'm telling you, it's like a couple different colors black. Like you see the black up here, and there's a different black here. It's a couple different types of leather. I love that smell of brand new shoes. But you guys remember I used to do the sneaker things, and then I actually branched out to a sneaker channel, and on both channels got deleted because I was putting up things that were samples, and apparently people didn't like that. So these actually came from Yeezy Supply. It was the easiest drop so far, easiest to get. They put them on, and it was like 7 hours later they're still selling them. So they didn't sell out, but I think they just manufactured a shitload of them. So we need to start the day today. Like, I'm kind of out of it because honestly, the pain kind of makes you like focus only on that, even though you're trying not to. Fuck. So let's get meal one. Let's just start with meal one. Not get crazy, and we'll take it from there after meal one. So today is cinnamon apple protein pancakes by Nutrition Solutions, which their pancakes are the reason why I started using their service. Honestly, they had the clean sheets bars. And the first box of food I got had red velvet pancakes. And when I opened the box, I was like, "Ooh, pancakes!" And they were so good. That was it. Like, I was sold. I was like, I don't even give a shit what other food they have as long as the pancakes are there every day. So we're gonna start with meal one with this. We're gonna do the BPC 157 today from Titan Medical. They also have a TB 500, so I've been assured that these things will heal me up 10 times faster than I would heal on my own. And we're just going to try to get work done today and not really push things too much. Even walking Brady is kind of hard. Going up and down stairs when you bounce hurts. And you'd be surprised how much pressure gets put on random places on your body. Like, you don't realize until you're injured that, like, let's say you tear a hamstring. You don't realize that, like, sitting up in bed, reaching for something in the cabinet, like, your hamstring engages in all of that. So you start winding up learning all these different things that these muscles and areas actually control and stabilize and stuff when you're injured. So like walking up and down the stairs, you don't realize that your shoulders, your core, everything braces while you're walking up and down stairs. And you don't even realize it. So let's just eat this right now. I'm in pain and I want to eat. So. Alright guys, day 2 post pec tear. I'm actually going to be going back to the gym today. I'm going to do legs today. I've actually talked to a few people. One, I want to have my friend Dave Taylor actually come on here. I'm going to try to get him to actually do a video with me maybe tomorrow if we can get that done. About training one side of your body. And I've actually talked about this before. And actually stimulating both sides of the body to, I don't want to say to grow, but you actually stimulate that side of the body. And you also improve blood flow to the side of the body that you're not training while training one side of the body. And I have a couple of friends that have had bicep tears that have literally done that. And I spoke kind of in depth this past July last year with Dorian Yates about it, because Dorian actually, when he tore his bicep, continued to train for the Olympia, and he was only training one side of his body. And I don't think anybody really knew about it, because back then there was no internet. It was just the magazines, and like it didn't come out till way later. And there was like one picture of him like benching with like a sling on, but nobody really knew that he was doing that. So we're gonna. It's hard to move this arm, so you try to adapt, right? Everything to be able to do what you have to do now. You try not to move that shoulder or that arm. Oh, fucker. So as you can see now, I can't flex my lat, which is weird. It's weird because like this side I can flex. You can flex the lat up like that. This side, you can't flex the lat itself. But you can see the bruising now. It's all the way down towards my elbow. Let me get this up over here. Up in the armpit over here. I'm telling you, the pain that's in my bicep over here, I'm pretty sure that I did some kind of damage to the bicep tendon itself, but we're going to have to wait and see. But, shit. So as of now, like, the bicep hurts to contract too a little bit. See, that thing is like, this pec is sore because obviously I was benching, so like it got a workout, so it's sore. This one hurts because of the injury, so it's like two different types of pain. I'm trying to figure out, because this bicep is not sore. This one here, and it's on the injured side, and it's not muscle soreness. It's like it's injury soreness, but I can't. It's still so swollen that I can't feel a defect in up at the top or not. There's not going to be pain if there's no injury, so that's first and foremost. But yeah, I don't know, fuck. Alright, so let's get this fucking day started. So basically day 2 of this injury, the area is tightening up a lot more. So it's hard to even kind of move my arm in any direction right now. But although I can move it up and down, like yesterday I couldn't move it up and down that good. And of course the bruising is getting worse. It's all the way down to my elbow now, which it looks like the tear is all the way down my arm. It's not. I mean, it's up here. But the good part is I know what caused it after talking to the doctor and finding out that I had calcification, tendonitis, and scar tissue all in this area up here, which would actually weaken that area. Now, one would think that if that area was weakened, that's where the injury would occur, but it's actually not how that works. So this is something kind of interesting that I was reading about online. And basically, when you have like a weakened area, the area that's not weakened, your body kind of adjusts, and you don't even like do it like on purpose. Like you're not thinking about doing it, but your body adjusts to where it's bearing more of the load on what is not weakened, which is the pec. But here's the problem. That whole area is supposed to work together to move that workload. And now all of a sudden when you're bearing, let's say, each is a certain percentage of that workload. When you increase that percentage now on the pec, now the muscle itself, because it's doing more than it should, now you're going to have a problem. And that's where the tear occurs. It's just like when the rotator cuff tendon, it was the same type of thing. It was weakened due to tendonitis. I felt the tendonitis, but I thought it was just tendonitis. And I was like, you know what, I'll just kind of push through this. And I reached for something. That's what I actually reached into a cooler to get a box of protein bars. And when I reached, that's where I actually strained the rotator cuff. And I felt it. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was weird. I was just reaching for something, but the tendonitis that I already had was weakening the area. And when I finally went back to the gym, and I was only a couple of days, that's when I actually injured it. It was weakened, it was strained, and then it was eventually injured. And I had acupuncture done, which blocked the pain. I went to the gym, and then I said, I have no pain. It's cured. Went right back to the gym, and then tore the rotator cuff at that point and the bicep tendon. So sometimes there's stuff going on that we don't know about. And even though we feel really good, it's the same thing with your heart. There's a lot of people out there that are like, well, I get regular blood work done, Jerry, blah, blah, blah. And they don't have the echocardiograms and the different things that you have to have done for your heart and other things. And they have a heart attack. And they're like, well, I thought I was fine. Like, my blood work came back fine and da-da-da. Well, if you don't know these underlying problems, you're not really sure how to go about taking care of them. Or you're not really sure that you don't even know something's going to happen, So, and the problem is you can't be aware. Like, it's not like everybody's going to go get their fucking heart checked every couple of weeks, or you're getting blood work done every week because something may have popped up. You have certain periods of time where you get this stuff done and checked into. And if something happens in between that time, you didn't know it was there. I mean, really, what are you going to do about it, So I did know, I had the tendonitis in this side, which flared up for Team U, but it hasn't really been bothering me. But I noticed that it was tight, like the shoulder area itself was tight, like in the bicep tendon where I did flies, but it was like only flies I was feeling that on. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's just a tight muscle. I would stretch it a little bit, and I'd do some PNF stretching, some massage therapy. I'd use a lacrosse ball to get in there and try to loosen it up and stuff like that. But bottom line is, guys, there might be stuff going on in your body you don't know about. And at that point, it makes it very hard to avoid doing things to fuck yourself up. So I'm not regretting it. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. When the tear first happened, like when I felt it tear, all I could think of was, oh, fuck, I just tore the pec, and I tore it bad because I felt it. Like, I felt it roll up. I was like, fuck, like, this is it. And the first thing that ran through my mind, and Aaron said this was the first thing I said fuck, GIFD, it's fucking over. And that was my initial reaction after I realized, fuck, I tore it. I'm not going to be able to train. Like, all these things ran through my head because GIFD is going to be run exclusively by me for a while. And when you get your package in the mail, I will have actually put those jugs in the boxes with the paper and stuff and wrapped them and shipped them. It'll be me. And if I only have one arm to do this, I'm not going to be able to do this properly. And like, things are going to get backed up. Like, I went on this thing in my head that it really freaked me out that I might not be able to accomplish my goal that I want to accomplish of moving this stuff into into the fitness industry and getting everything situated. Even carrying the boxes and stuff. You got boxes that weigh 90 pounds that you have to carry up and down these stairs over here. I can't fucking carry it right now. So I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna fucking have to hire. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And there was a lot of pain, there was a lot of frustration, there was a lot of aggravation. And that's all within like the first 10 minutes of having an injury like this. Like, all these things run through your mind, and your mind processes it so fast. But the problem is, it's a very emotional thing because you realize that you may not be able to train, and it may have an effect on your business or whatever. So emotions come into play, and you really can't sort through those that fast. So it took me like about 24 hours to sort through what I was feeling, what I was thinking, and to come up with a plan. And the plan was basically, you know, get back in the gym, keep doing legs, like what I told my rotator cuff, keep doing cardio, but trying something new this time, which I didn't really know about last time, was training the other side of the body to stimulate that side of the body. So the plan was made, and it was like, you know what, like if I have to pack everything with one arm for a while, I'll pack everything with one arm. Fuck it. Like I'm going to do my best to make sure that this thing runs smoothly and, excuse me, I heal up fast enough and get back in the gym full force. So like, you know, be aware that when shit happens, there is a process of processing. You know, you go through shock, you go through anger, you go through frustration, you go through sadness, you go through, you know, feelings of stupidity. Like I kept telling Aaron, I'm like, I'm so fucking dumb. And Aaron flat out said, you're not dumb, you're stubborn, which is completely different. And that one thing, that quality that makes you you, is one thing that gets you further than most other people, but it's also the one thing that's going to hold you back sometimes, which was a good eye-opening talk that we had. She always has a good way of kind of putting her emotions aside and looking at things logically and saying things that make sense at the time, which, you know, me being an emotional individual, I need that in my life. So, hey, buddy. Brady goes running by. What are you doing over there? You don't give a fuck. All right, so today we're going to get to the gym. We're going to do legs. Tomorrow I'm going to do some upper body. I think I'm just going to basically pick a couple exercises to get some blood in that area, or get some blood in this area. Started taking my collagen. The BPC 157 and TB 500 will start, and yeah, we'll just continue. So thank you guys for following. Let's get this underway. All right, so we're going to give this a try. We're all bound up with our super sling. Do you guys have the other ones in the hospital, babe, that like Velcro to you?
Yeah.
You know those cool ones?
We don't really use slings where I work.
Oh, they don't?
No, the whole, I'm sure I could find you some sick slings, okay? But
this one, like, it pulls on my neck like a lot, like this little thing. This is probably the one they gave us at the thing. It's probably cheap as shit, you know?
we can get you a better sling.
Where to buy them? You know where to buy them?
Yeah.
Is there like a sling store? Like, what do you buy?
Yes, there's a sling store. You're fucking killing me right now.
There is or there isn't a sling store?
Babe, there's not a fucking sling store.
So where do you go?
Babe, if you want a sling, tell me, I'll get you one.
Yeah, no, a cool one though. One that's not gonna hurt my neck like this.
Babe?
I can't wear this thing all day because it digs into like this thing.
I can't even believe you're wearing it.
It's like a nylon or whatever, but these edges, like, they fucking dig into your shit. Like, no wonder why people don't wear this shit.
I can't believe you're actually wearing it. It's impressive.
If I don't, like, you forget that, like, you're not supposed to use it. Because you're just like, it hurts, but you don't really think about it. Then you go to like, grab something, and you're like, fuck, like, it's just like, then you're like, oh no, did I just snap something else? Because it's so tight, you don't want to, you know, damage it any further. So, I don't know. Sling store. Keep your balance in your hands with that.